In the first quarter of 2024, Apple faced a significant drop in its smartphone shipments, down by approximately 10%, according to research firm IDC. This downturn comes amidst rising competition from Android smartphone makers who are determined to dominate the global market. The report, released on Sunday, sheds light on Apple's struggle to maintain its top position, having previously claimed the crown in the December quarter of 2023, when it briefly surpassed Samsung as the world's leading smartphone manufacturer. During the January to March period, global smartphone shipments rose by 7.8%, totaling 289.4 million units. Samsung reclaimed the top spot in the smartphone market, securing a market share of 20.8%. Apple, now back in second place, holds a market share of 17.3%. The iPhone maker's sales have been notably impacted by the growing influence of Chinese smartphone brands like Huawei, which have steadily been gaining market share. Xiaomi, another prominent Chinese brand, clinched the third spot with a market share of 14.1% during the same period. Samsung's success in the first quarter was bolstered by the launch of its highly anticipated Galaxy S24 series at the beginning of the year. The South Korean tech giant shipped over 60 million phones during the period, reaffirming its dominance in the global smartphone industry. According to data provider Counterpoint, sales of Samsung's Galaxy S24 smartphones jumped by 8% compared to the previous year's Galaxy S23 series within their first 3 weeks of availability. This surge in sales highlights the strong demand for Samsung's latest flagship smartphones, which likely played a key role in the company's successful quarter. On the other hand, Apple's performance in the first quarter tells a different story. The company shipped 50.1 million iPhones, a decline from the 55.4 million units it shipped during the same period in the previous year. This marked a steep drop of about 9.5% year over year, indicating that Apple's strong performance in the December quarter was not sustainable. The decrease in shipments underscores the increasing pressure Apple is facing from its competitors, particularly in markets where Android devices are gaining traction. One of Apple's biggest challenges in recent months has been its performance in China, which is its third largest market after the United States and Europe. In the final quarter of 2023, Apple's smartphone shipments in China shrank by 2.1% compared to the same period the previous year. The decline in sales is largely attributed to the growing popularity of domestic brands like Huawei and Xiaomi, as well as geopolitical tensions between the US and China. Several Chinese government agencies and businesses have started to restrict the use of Apple devices among their employees, citing security concerns. This move mirrors similar restrictions imposed by the US government on Chinese apps like TikTok. As these restrictions expand, Apple is finding it increasingly difficult to compete in China, a market that has been crucial to its global success. Apple remains a significant player in the global smartphone industry. Its ecosystem of products, services, and loyal customer base continues to provide a competitive edge, especially with competitors like Samsung and Huawei constantly pushing the envelope with new features and technologies. Looking ahead, Apple has a chance to regain momentum with WWDC in June. The annual event is one of Apple's most anticipated, where it showcases the latest updates to the software powering its devices, including iPhones, iPads, and Macs. This year's WWDC is expected to unveil significant improvements to Apple's operating systems, potentially providing the company with an opportunity to reignite consumer interest in its products and reverse the decline in smartphone shipments. As the smartphone market becomes increasingly competitive, Apple must continue to deliver cutting-edge technology and exceptional user experiences to stay ahead of the curve. The upcoming WWDC will be a critical moment for the company to demonstrate its commitment to innovation and reclaim its position as the top smartphone maker. Stay tuned to see if Apple's new developments will help it regain its lead, or if the competition will continue to eat into its market share.